Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart. And God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread. Healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it. In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes, You O Cube. What does O Cube stand for? One-on-one, because it's just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm so glad that you joined me on today, on this fine day, y'all. It's Wednesday, October the 5th in the year 2020, and it's an absolutely positively awesome day to be alive. It's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. And I'm so glad that each of you thought it well to be here with us. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Safe travels out there, Fairly. Safe travels to you, and safe travels to BTD Mom, Anita Harvey, A.M. Harvey, Main Man 68. We got folks out there traveling this morning. Michelle Browno, you all be safe out there on the highways, the byways, and the airways as you travel this morning. It's just good to be here, y'all. It's just good to be here. I appreciate those of you that have already stood by while we had, listen, my side piece was like, my studio is going to be side piece this morning, so I don't know what she getting ready to do up in here. She just looked at me and said, I'm tired. I'm Tired. I'm tired. And I don't feel like running this morning. And I turned her on and she turned herself right back off. So I appreciate all of you that stood by and patiently waited for us to get rebooted and turned back on again. Because listen, I'm undefeated in this piece. You better ask somebody. I just got to let the Side Piece Studio know. Listen, I'm running this show. You are not. I need you to comply. I need you to follow the program, baby. I need you to get with it. So thank you all. Michelle Brownow's out there driving on the highway trying to get to work this morning, and she's modding from the car. I appreciate you, Michelle. You're just the best. You and the Rebel Inc. and Shelly Thunder. I just couldn't make it without you. Thank you for all that you do. Now, we're going to get this thing started, and hopefully she's going to act right for the next 2 hours. Hopefully she got a little act right in her so she can help me get through these next 2 hours without too much trouble and too many problems up in here. But thank you all, every last one of you that are here. And for those of you, once again, that waited and made it through that little transition, thank you. Now, let's get this party started. You know how we start off. We like to talk about actually stop and see who got in Grandpa Holmes's chair. And this morning we had some beautiful, beautiful people. Every last one of you are beautiful. There's no doubt about that. No doubt whatsoever. But you know how we do it in the VIP section. Those are the folks that get up bright and early in the morning to come in and make sure there's plenty of peace, love, joy, soul, and happiness in the Lion's Den for everybody that will come in later on. So let's look at the three that are going to get some applause and some accolades this morning for me. And listen, when I talk about some beautiful, loving people, these are beautiful, loving people. I promise you, there's plenty of love in the Lion's Den this morning because these three came in and brought it with them. The third person to get in the Lion's Den this morning, Cassandra Isaiah. Come on, sis. Go ahead and sit down on that love seat. Go ahead and sit down, girl. You did that. Thank you for bringing the love. Thank you for bringing the joy, soul, peace, and happiness. You're so beautiful. I love you, Cassandra. And I appreciate you getting up. I mean, y'all was working on it this morning. Y'all was up early this morning. Then the second person to come in the Lion's Den to make sure there was plenty of love here to go around to everybody in the Lion's Den, Truck driver, you did that, my God. That's my Mufasa. That's my Lion King. That's my brother. I love me some Truck. Come on in here, Truck, and congratulations to you. You and Cassandra share that love seat right over there. Just go ahead and share that love seat right over there and make yourself comfortable. So much love to you, my brother. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den early this morning. Now, the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair is none other than Den Darn. Den Darn, you did that, sis. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Get your lips, get your hips, get your fingertips. Go right on over there, sis. You brought it. You brought it. You brought it. And congratulations, 12:00 on the dot from the UK, y'all. From the United Kingdom. Den Darn is the winner. And I appreciate you so much for coming in. You are such a valued person here in the Lion's Den. You're just beautiful, sis. You're just beautiful. I appreciate you. And I love you. You know, I love every last one of you. Congratulations to you for being the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. Now, let's get this party started. Let's get this party crack-a-lacking. You know how we do it. I want to appreciate my mods that are in here before I take another step, before I go another further. I got to give it up. Give it up. Come on, put that mod love. Shelly Thunder. There she is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Up above my head, I hear thunder in the air. There must be a Shelly Thunder somewhere. That's my girl. That's my prophetess. She is such a blessing. She is a gift from God. That's all I can say. Every last one of these moderators are just gifts from God. I'm trying to tell you. She's the prophetess, and she comes in. She keeps us going. She keeps it going straight. I love me some Shelly Thunder. Followed up with the leader of the pack, none other than the Rebel Inc. Yes, the galactic supervisor, not your district supervisor, not your state jurisdictional supervisor, not your national supervisor. She's the galactic supervisor because she presides over the galaxies, baby. You better ask somebody. That's the galactic supervisor right there. If you're not following the Rebel Inc., quit your wicked ways. Because listen, she'll bless your whole life. Now, we're going to go over and we're going to follow her today. We're going to raid her later on this morning. She's coming on in another stream this morning. She popped up yesterday. She's popping up again today. We're going to be in that stream in just a few moments. So y'all hang on. Hold on to your weave. Hold on to your wig because we're going over there in just a few. And then the lovely Quiet Storm, Michelle Brownell. Yes, modding from the car. That's the dedication I have from these beautiful ladies. Baby, they take care of business wherever they are. They're here. They're there. They're everywhere. Rashid, I had to put that in for you. Michelle Brownell. That's my Quiet Storm. She changes the atmosphere just by being in the midst. These are my three beautiful ladies that mod this channel. So much mod love to you all. You deserve every accolade we could give you because you do an outstanding job. Just a absolutely positively outstanding job. And I appreciate. Yes, that's the blessed Trinity right there. And we couldn't go another further without giving them some appreciation on this morning. Now, listen, you know how we do it. Let's get this party started and let's go around. My mama said, when you come into the room, speak to somebody. So let's get those coffee cups out, shall we? Let's get those coffee cups out. Let's get those coffee cups out. And listen, please believe, if I don't call your name, it's probably because my studio has cut you off. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm going to try to work with both of these this morning, and we're going to try to get this up in here so that we can actually get everybody in the midst and everybody in the number. So bear with me, but please know if I miss your name, it's not because I'm doing it on purpose, but child, this Lions Den studio is acting like a side piece this morning. So get those coffee cups out. And I'm going to come around. I want to say good morning to the Rebel Inc. I see you, my friend. Come on down and I see Stacy 546. That's my sister. Good morning to you. Michelle Brownell. I know you're here and you're driving. So much love to you. Grace Softly, come on in here this morning. Good morning to you, my friend. Come in and make yourself at home in the Lions Den because you know you belong here, sis. So glad to have you this morning. Den Darn. That's my sister from the UK. So much love to you, my sister. Come on in here. Stacy 546. That's my sister in blue. So much mad love to you. My dearest friend, Fairly All Day, is in the room, y'all. Thank you for coming in this morning and mad love to you. It's none other than Dr. Dady Priest. Yes, engagement matters, y'all. Engagement matters. That's my high priestess, and she's in the room this morning. So much mad love coming to you. If you're not following Dr. Dady Priest, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways. Because listen, engagement matters. I love you, sis. And so much love coming to you. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm seeing who else came up in here. And I'm looking and I'm checking it out. And Go Ratty from Canada. That's my brother. I appreciate you, Go Ratty, for being in the midst. I miss you when you're not here. You're my guy. I just love you. I love everything about you. You're such a blessing. Thank you for being in the Lions Den this morning. I'm coming on down and I'm looking and I'm booking in Tall Pumps. It's pumping tall. That's my sister and that's my friend. Come on in here and happy hump day to you. Good morning, baby. Coming on down and I'm looking and I'm checking out and I'm booking Shelly Thunder. She's in the room, y'all. She's in the room. Good morning to you, Shelly. So much love coming to you, and blessings, peace, and love be yours this fine day. Coming on down, and I'm looking and booking, and I'm going to see, did anybody come in the basement while I was upstairs? Well, let's look at here, and let's see who I can see. I'm looking, and I see DJ D-Man is a streamer, y'all. He's in the room. Come on in here, DJ D-Man. I will be with him at the end of October for the awesome stream that he is hosting for breast cancer. That's my brother, and I appreciate you. I was just telling Rebel this morning, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and I'm gonna have all of my promos ready for you. But thank you for being with us on this morning. So much mad love to you. MCP812, come on in here, sis. Mad love to you. That's my sister cousin, y'all. So much mad love to you, and good morning, good morning. Hugs and kisses and all that good stuff to you. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm trying to see everybody, anybody, who else may have come in the Lion's Den. As I said, BTD mom is with us, but she's traveling. She and Main Man. We're praying Godspeed and traveling mercies over them as they travel over the airways on this morning. And I love you, sis. Y'all be safe out there. Now, coming on down, and I'm seeing who else may have come in the room that can talk. And I understand there are times when we get folks that really cannot, don't want to, choose to come into the stream, or you're doing things and you cannot come into the stream. I want you to know I appreciate you for being here as well. You're just as vital. You're just as critical to what the stream produces, because your presence here makes all the difference in the world. Thank you for being here. Mad love to each and every one of you. Now, you know how we do it from here. We like to talk about what had happened was, whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. There are a few things that came down the pike that we're going to talk about this morning with you. So go ahead, get your coffee cups out. So much mad love to you. Come on, get those coffee cups out, and we're going to talk and chit chat just a little bit this morning. Now, one of the main things that they talking about today, I'm going to start with this story right here. OPEC, I see your coffee cups. I see your coffee cup, Den Darn. I see your coffee cup, MCP812. I see your coffee cup, Stacy542. Come on up in here. OPEC has the people stirring and talking this morning, because they are saying, get ready for this, y'all. They're going to cut production. I'm so glad you're off work today, too, Grace Softly. Come on in here. Peace and blessings to you, sis. And to think that on your day off, you came in the Lion's Den to spend some time with the rest of the Lions. Baby, I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, OPEC is saying, they came out this morning, it was reported to me, OPEC is saying that they are going to cut production of oil by 10 million. Let me see if it's millions or billions. Let me see. They're going to cut oil production by a massive amount. That's what I'll tell you. They're going to cut by a massive amount production per day. And at this point, Washington, particularly President Biden and his team, are trying to dissuade them from doing this, because as you would know, it's right here at election time. So they don't want to have this situation of oil production that they're choosing to shut down. They said, Nathan Lamont, there's my gift. Good morning to you, baby. All I need is one good squall. Now, at the end of the day, how does this impact us? We've not had this massive of an oil shutdown of production since the pandemic started. So they're by choice, not because they're needing to. By choice, they're choosing to go ahead and shut down this oil production. And you know what the end result of that is going to be. It's going to drive the prices and spike the gas prices ridiculously. So now, I just want to remind you, when we start talking about OPEC, this was a decision made by OPEC. Remember who's in OPEC. All of those countries and Russia. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. All of these other countries and Russia. So there is a sense of feeling that this is strategically done to specifically make the Biden administration feel the heat at the polls, because obviously anytime gas prices come into play, whether it's a recession and whether or not it's a raise in prices at the pump, the people get restless. Yes, the natives get restless. So there is a sentiment that all of this is purposely and politically orchestrated to make Biden look bad and to make his administration look bad at the time of voting. Come on, truck driver. There's my Mufasa. The devil is loose and his brother. I'm going to give it to you, sir. I'm going to give it to you because at the end of the day, could it be? Could it be? The devil. Baby, this ain't nothing but that old slimy devil and his brother Diablo. And Beelzebub. Everybody's up in here. So understand, these are the politics and the games that people are playing for no particular reason. Let's just shut down the oil. Now, I'm going to tell you how I feel about that, because we do have the issue of carbon footprints. We do have the issue of global warming. I say at this point, this is where the government, to me, if they were smart, would step up, fill in the gap, and say, you're not going to take me down like that. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Because listen, these oil companies still have a lot of power in this country. Your oil lobbyists, they're out there working their jelly, baby. So I feel like this is the turn that we need to make. You gonna cut down oil production and you're gonna do it that extremely. Let's come with some alternatives and really take some time and push money, push whatever initiatives we need to alternative fuel sources besides those that leave a footprint, and just go ahead and let's start shifting gears. Let's just start shifting gears, Grace so softly. Let's just start shifting gears. You know, don't let these jokers run you. Like my side piece, I had to get my studio in order. You not running me, I'm running you. I need somebody to step up to the plate, take advantage of this situation. You want to cut your oil? Let's go to those alternative sources, because at the end of the day, we need to be switching anyhow. We need to be moving away from fossil fuel anyhow. So listen, you ain't hurting me. Let me show you what I can do. You think you're slick, Rick? You think you're slick, Rick? Well, listen, while you cutting your oil production, we just gonna show you how much we don't need you. How about that? How about them apples? That's the response I would like to see the administration take. However, as is the case, Washington is out here trying to do everything they can. The oil companies are bullying us. That's exactly what it is. They are bullying us. Free electric cars for everybody, or something like that, Stacy 546. Come out with something then darn to counteract. We don't need your oil. How about that? Let's even take it one step further. We don't want your oil. How about that? Because at the end of the day, that oil is killing us, and you know it is. So, you know, I feel like there needs to be an offensive attack rather than scrambling, trying to get the oil companies to go back on what they have planned to do. And especially anything when you start talking about from 45 and the untoward relationship that he had with Russia, all of this strange interaction and behavior that went on. And I feel like, again, these authoritarian powers are trying to amass themselves together and unite to come up with some kind of dastardly, yes, I said it, some kind of dastardly plan that they want to release and unleash on the peoples. I feel like the peoples need to come back with another revelation. So at this point, we're looking at President Biden, who is really trying to get his team. They are now scrambling, trying to get the football to keep from fumbling at the one. I'm like, listen, y'all keep on doing this. And so they're trying to get policies and all of these types of things changed out here to get a counteraction to get OPEC not to follow through on this little thing of cutting back on and millions. Okay, it's millions with the M. They're planning on cutting back millions of barrels per day. La di da. Let's do something different. So that was the story that was rocking the news on this morning, and the folks are worried, and the folks are scrambling, and the folks are scared. And I say, listen, turn that thing around. Isn't that what my girls, the millennials, used to do? Turn that thing around. I want the United States to turn that thing around, and let's shift the gears a little bit, shall we? So that is the news coming out from the White House, and they're doing a last ditch effort to try to court these folk. And I say, quit courting them. That's what I say. Quit courting them. Let them go alone. Now, in that, we follow right on up with America's national debt has now surpassed 31 trillion. 31 trillion, folks. That's with a T. 31 trillion. And I look at that and I identify a lot of that is for defense, and a lot of that is for defense, not of our own country and not of our own people. We sending money here. It's there. It's everywhere, Rebel. We're sending money everywhere but to the people that need it. So while we do all this talking and all this crying and complaining, it's not because they're helping poor people, even though as we come to the election cycle, you're going to hear more and more and more. Socialism is real, and we're out here helping the poor, and and we're turning into a socialist state, yada, 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 which is none of that is true. We got all of these pots and all of this money that's going everywhere but to the people. Blah, blah, blah. That's it, Rebel. Blah, blah, blah. That's what we're going to hear as we have superseded this $31 trillion debt ceiling. And at the end of the day, the people whose money it is, it's our money. I don't want y'all to forget that. It's our money. If they were not taking our money, they wouldn't have 31 trillion to have. So at the end of the day, we got 31 trillion debt ceiling and beyond, and we can't even get that money for ourselves. It's just dastardly. So, I wanted to bring that in today. And of course, why did they report that this morning of all days? Because this is a significant time as we're coming into the election cycle. So you're going to hear me say that a couple of times here this morning, because things are positioning themselves for the election cycle that's getting ready to run. So we start releasing all of this news to put folks in a state of panic, to put folks in a state of fear and anxiety, so that from there they can control and manipulate the narrative to try to influence your voting. But listen, as I always say to you, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Don't you be out there falling for the okie doke. Get the clarity in your head. Where is that 31 trillion at? Where is that above and superseding 31 trillion? Where is that money going? And I'm going to promise you a lot of that's probably going to them same corporations that pay not near tax. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. So come on, DJ Tantrum SC, come on in here, my brother. Mad love, mad love, mad love. Come on in here. Barbara Hardy, come on. That's my These Are They sister. So much love to you. Come on, come on, come on. Good to see you. It ain't in your bank account. That's what I'm talking about. It ain't in your bank account. That's all I know. You know what? And in the midst, now just remember this, in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of one of the worst crises that we've ever had, in the midst of one of the worst crises that we've ever had, that little $600, that little $1,200, and they didn't want to give you that. Do you understand? This is your money. Cut me another mini stimmy. Tantrum, cut me another mini stimmy. While y'all out here superseding and going beyond 31 trillion, where is it at? It ain't in my bank account. We had to act like, Lord Jesus, give some blood, give my firstborn, give a leg, give a toe, give my feet, give my teeth, give everything I got for $600. For $600. And then listen, and then a little $1,200 baby. Not that the saints ain't grateful, but it's our money. We can't even get our money when we need it. But Tantrum, we got billions to send to Ukraine. Make it make sense. Would you please make it make sense? I just can't get no understanding out of that. I just can't get no understanding. But we got a debt that has now surpassed 31 trillion, y'all. 31 trillion. Let that sink in. Let that come on up in your senses. Our national debt is now past $31 trillion. But we ain't seen none of that money. So at the end, oh yeah, they do. Explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me, Tall Pumps. Please explain it to me. So at the end of the day, they threw a little money out there in infrastructure. They threw a little money out there for highways and byways. They threw a little money out there for internet in rural areas. They threw just a taste of money, but please believe me, it was not $31 trillion worth of money. So show me the money. Where did that money go, peoples? Where did that money go? Absolutely. Where did it go? Where could it be? That's what I want to know. Grace so softly. Where, Grace softly, did it go? Cut me another mini stimmy or do something. But child, please believe at the end of the day, y'all, it ain't that 31 trillion, that passing 31 trillion is not in our pockets and it's not in our behalves. So just be clear on that. Come on, Den Darn. It doesn't. They always find there's always money for war. Now, Den Darn, you spoke a whole truth right there. And please understand there's always going to be money for war because that's important to them. War makes money. And so at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you like a TIZ is. This is the Lion's Den. This is Yes You O Cube. You know how we do it in here. No cream, no sugar in this coffee. We take this coffee strong and black because we tells it like a TIZ, tis. Yes, we do up here in the Lion's Den. I want you to understand war makes money. And when they can't do anything else, when the economy looks like it's an absolute disaster and they can't, like Felix the cat, the wonderful, wonderful cat, whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks. Well, listen, this Felix the cat that we call the government, whenever they get in a fix, they reach into the bag of tricks. And what's their trick they can always count on to make some money? War. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, except for making these rich folk richer. That's what it's good for. So please know they're going to always go to war, Den Darn. They're going to always go to war and find more money because that war makes them money. Please know that's the truth. Stacy 546, but send 40 million to blah, blah, blah country in the blink of an eye. Who we in debt to? I want to see the balance sheet. It ain't adding up, Tall Pumps. Please explain it to me, Lucy. A lot of that money is, listen, it was reported to me China owns the United States. China been owning the United States. So how about that? At the end of the day, we will listen. Please don't let nobody call in on this balance sheet. Please don't let nobody call in all this debt because, child, where's it coming from? And you got Elon Musk flying to the moon anytime he wants to have a recess and a play day. So, but you want to talk about 31 trillion that the country, whatever. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to tell you, they're in a deficit over here as well, Den Darn, but when it comes to the war, they always find money. I'm telling you, it's going to always be that case, Grace softly. It's going to always be, and make it make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Let me make it make sense. It's the wealthy people's way of staying wealthy. And of course, obviously, when we're in these dire straits and these dire times, the poor are getting poorer. And the thing about it, if they can keep that money issue hanging and looming over your head, that's why OPEC's doing what they're doing. We're going to decrease millions of gallons per day, barrels, millions of barrels per day in production. They're just trying to squeeze the poor people. And listen, when the poor people get poorer, and I said this the other day, we're not even poor, P-O-O-R. We just po, y'all. Po, Po. Well, we can't afford the last two letters. At the end of the day, when the po folk get impoverished to such a degree and such an extent, you'll take anything. You'll do anything. You'll accept anything to try to come out of that level of poverty. So at the end of the day, this is how you keep that level of control. This is how you keep that level of manipulation and domination over people. You start playing with their money. You want to really control somebody, start playing with their money. And that's exactly what they do. And if you can't see that, I don't know how I can help you see it, because it's as clear as the nose on your face. Whenever they get ready, they play that game with your money and try to get you in a position where they can squeeze play you into doing whatever they want you to do. So please be clear. Please. Pay attention. So all this is going on as we speak. And at the end of the day, it's amazing. Just send me, come on, DJ Trendjam, just send me 1.00938 million. They won't miss it. That's what Brett Favre said when he was taking the money from Mississippi out of, I still can't get over this story about this joker, out of the welfare funds, the people that need it the most. And that's why I say you're going to start hearing all of these talking points about us being a socialist country, how we're helping and giving to the poor and the needy and the folks that don't want to do better, the folks that you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but you won't do it, but you don't have any boots. I mean, we could just go all the way here, there, and everywhere. But nobody wants to acknowledge that. Nobody wants to admit to that. But you're going to start hearing all of those kind of talking points coming out. That's why I'm really mad. I'm going to come back and say this one more time. I'm really mad that we got folks like Kanye and Candace Owens out here wearing them stupid shirts. That's the kind of stuff just ticks me off. And it's the precursor to all this insanity that's getting ready to start being spewed all over the country. So please believe, Fairly All Day, I must got you in my spirit. Please believe it. Please believe you're going to hear all kind of insanity coming out right now. But please don't be deceived. Don't you be deceived. John Studios, good morning to you. So much love, my brother. I love you. I love you. I love you. This phenomenal brother is a streamer. If you're not following John Studios, please follow him. He will bless your whole life. He's the angel of Twitch. That's all I can say about him. He's just an angel. I love this baby. I really do. Also, what's the missile about over in Japan from North Korea? Tantrum, I'm telling you, all of this insanity is just mounting. And, at the end of the day, I hope that everybody is really clear and everybody is really paying attention to exactly what's going on. So, this is all, again, setting us up for an election cycle and talking points that people are going to start really, really railing on. But just be clear. Don't be confused. Don't be deceived. These folks are playing with you. All right. So that was the next thing in the report this morning. The national debt now having passed 31 trillion with the T. Be clear on that. It's with the T. Now, the secret recording of the Oath Keeper from January 6th got played in the trial. Now, this is what, if you're not following the January 6th so far, and it's not had as much steam since my girl, her dad used to be vice president. Y'all put her name in there because I'm drawing a blank right now. But since my girl's been gone, we haven't heard nearly as much about the January 6th insurrection trials and hearing. Liz Cheney, thank you, Go Ratty, because I appreciate you, my brother. Liz been gone, and they happy she's gone because there's very little traction. This is one of the stories in the real small print. Let me just put that out there. This is one of the stories in the real small print about the January 6th Oath Keeper trial, or January 6th insurrection trial, and the Oath Keeper leader that has now, they played on yesterday the tape this recorded tape of the conversation. Now, these people knew exactly what they were doing, and they have all, in one way or another, really pointed to the reality that they were all waiting on cues from 45. They were all waiting on cues from 45. So at the end of the day, that dog whistle, and a lot of this talking and a lot of this, and this even has revealed even more so. They said, and this is the way they described it. They were the peacekeeping force that when 45, because I just don't even like to call his name, when 45 was in this transition, and again, challenging this whole idea that the election had been stolen and was being robbed. And of course, Pence, they were hoping was going to do his part, which he did not, thank God, that they were in position, armed and ready to keep peace. How are you going to keep peace? Who are you? Who are you? Who has ordained and sanctioned you? No, you wasn't going to keep peace. You about to start a war. That's what you came to do. You came to start a war. So at the end of the day, when this thing didn't play out the way that you wanted it to play out, now y'all sitting over in the corner looking crazy. But y'all need to be in jail. How about that? Your lips, your hips, and your fingertips need to be in jail. And they still waiting on the cue, tall pumps. They still waiting on the cue. And that ain't even no quietly kept secret. That is clear. They're waiting on the cue. So, and he's still around here. And I'm not going to talk about him because he's all over the place here. He's all over the place here in the reports. But I refuse to give him airtime this morning. But they're still waiting on that cue, and he's still out here talking crazy. Please believe that, tall pumps. He's still out here talking crazy, and they still got their ears perked up to hear. Anita Harvey, good morning to you, sis. Yes, I know you're traveling. So good to see you. So much love to you. You all be safe out there. The one and only Keisha Key, come on in here. That's my sunshine. Good morning to you. Anita, y'all be safe out there, sis. So much mad love coming to you, and enjoy yourself. And he still ain't. You understand the words, top pumps? He still ain't in jail. Please make that make sense. He still ain't in jail. But at the end of the day, you shall not pass. Mr. Orange Apparition, you shall not. Why we even have the potential of conversation, idea that he can run for office again in our conversations. Let me get that right. It's just like, why? Why is that even possible to need to have that conversation? This man needs to be under the jail. You understand? He needs to be under the jail. So at the end of days, it is what it is. Then darn, they've got him as a poppy show, and he doesn't even know. He's a puppet. And I'm going to say, in my own personal belief, I believe he's a puppet for Russia. I believe that he thought he was going to make inroads with Russia and all the other authoritarian governments that he was trying to be friendly with. I think they thought they were going to get themselves together and pull the okey doke on the world. And I think that agenda is still out there. King Coogie's in the room. That's my brother. I love you, my brother. Come on in here. King Coogie is a streamer. He's one of my very first supporters ever in Twitch. I didn't know this brother, but he's still out here giving love to the Lion's Den. If you're not following King Coogie, please follow this brother. He's a whole blessing to my life. He absolutely positively. You said first flight to Mars. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Stacey, he needs to be under 2 jails. You understand the words? He needs to be under 2 jails. Because, baby, all of this dastardly stuff that he has carried on, there's just no. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. You thought he was impeached. Where they do that at? Listen, I believe he's been impeached twice, Tall Pumps. But does that matter? It doesn't matter. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. It's beyond a joke. And he does really have so much money he can buy the presidency again. That man is poor as Job's turkey, in my opinion. He's out here fronting. People are giving him money. Money is flowing, but it ain't his. I don't think the Joker has a dime because, like his father said, when your own daddy says, and when your own mama says he's a horrible businessman, they didn't lie. And so he's been playing this, you know, that game where you put the the ball under the shell and you just keep moving the shell around trying to guess which one of the shells the ball is under. I feel like in his so-called business dealings, that's all he's been doing is just playing this game, the shell game, and just moving that shell around here, there, it's everywhere like there's a ball in there. And I don't think there's a ball under any of the shells. I think it's all just a game. I don't think there's a ball of money anywhere to be had. This Joker is just out here playing the shell game, and folks cough up money because they think he has power. But I think he's poor as Job's turkey personally. So yes, Tantrum, he said Mars. You better change dimensions. King Coochie ain't playing. He said send that Joker to Mars. Kai Chick, the evangelist, is in the room. Good morning. That is my dear friend. I love you, sis. Kai Chick is in the room. I appreciate you. Good to see you. And nothing but love to you. Nothing but love to you. It's his fame, Go Ratty. Why people keep lending him money and having some shady contacts in powerful places. And that's the thing. When you can make deals, and he seems to be a deal maker. He seems to be. There she is. BTD Mom. Nothing but love to my sister. That's my big sister. I love me some you. Now listen, that fame and ability to make deals and contacts with powerful people in powerful places, people will make that exchange all the time, Go Ratty. You said something right there. So, you know, but the Joker ain't got no money. The only money he has is that the money crazy people send him. And he's still out here fundraising, and the people are turning out their pocketbooks. So a human 3-card Molly. Come on here, Tall Pumps. A human 3-card I don't even know what a 3-card Molly is, but I'm gonna believe you. He's out here doing a human. Let me say that with conviction, like I know what I'm talking about, Tall Pumps, because I don't know nothing about no 3-card Molly. He's out here doing a 3-card Molly, child. That's all he's doing. A 3-card Molly. I said it. Yes, I said it. It ain't nothing but a human 3-card Molly. You heard it right here in the Lion's Den, whatever that is. Whatever that is, Tall Pumps, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. I believe you, girl. I believe you. Go Ratty. Question, will Biden run again? I don't know, but let me answer from my perspective. I hope not. Tired of geriatrics, but I feel that about the whole Senate and the House too. These are a bunch of geriatrics that need to go home and sit on the commode. They need to go home and sit on the commode. Yes, the high chair. They need to go home, sat down somewhere. But will he run again? He's trying, I believe, to get his little self together. But at the end of the day, I would love to see almost a complete turnover of all these geriatric patients that need to be in a high-rise senior citizen nursing home somewhere, but somewhere other than in politics, in leadership, and government, because these folks as old as dirt. They're old as Methuselah, and they just keep on running, and we just keep on electing them, and they so old they can't walk, they can't talk, they can't think, they can't nothing. Just a bunch of old people sitting up here occupying these positions, getting richer. They're getting legacy for their generations to come because they came in, some of them poor, and they going out rich, filthy rich. So that's all they doing is amassing money for their generations to come to create generational wealth for their families, while the people that are paying these salaries and the money that they're getting, we're going into the poorhouse, and they could care less about the people. That's my personal opinion. So that's my opinion. I can't answer that question because I don't know, but that's the way I feel about it. I hope he doesn't, but that's the way I feel about a whole bunch of these old folks that need to go someplace and sit down somewhere. Please sit down somewhere. Apparently he is, and always has been one of those who everyone wants to stay on his, you're talking about Trump, on his good side, because that's when great things have happened for them, career and financially. This is the way he was before he was 45. I got you on that, talking about 45. Come on, Den Darn. But even how he talks, he's a puppet. He's a puppet. He's a puppet. He's definitely a puppet. So ain't no question about that. Oh, it's 3-card Monty. Come on here. Y'all help. So let me go back and get 3-card Monty. Whatever that is. That's all he's doing, y'all. That's all he's doing. He's struggling as it is. I see you, Den Darn. You'd actually like to see Kamala go for it. I hear you, King Coogee. I just want something younger than 99 and a half. I just want something younger than 99 and a half. Because listen, somebody said 99 and a half just won't do. It won't do, y'all. It won't do. Good Lord from Zion. These old decrepit people just won't give it up. I need y'all to get out the chair. Come on, John Studios. Thank you for that resub. 3 months you've been rolling. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much for your support. It means everything. So I appreciate you. He is the calm we needed because he actually knows how to legislate. But now we need some younger energy to take over. I agree with you on that, Go Ratty. And when I say I hope not, it's not because I feel like he's not doing a good job. I want us to remember, lest we forget, the conditions of the country when he took over leadership. We were in a shambles and on our way to being a third world country, in my opinion, or to having 45 and his white supremacist crew take over and take us right on back to Confederate days. So, at the end of the day, he was what we needed because he does know how to legislate and he's done an excellent job. So I don't want to sound in my comments that I'm taking that away from him. He does know that. But at the end of the day, we just need new energy all over the place, not just with him. But again, as I said, in the Senate, we need new blood. In the House of Representatives, we need new blood. I don't even know what to say about the judiciary because the judiciary is just a mess. It's not, there ain't no judgment in it nowhere. Ain't no judgment, honey. Justice is not blind. They are from age, but justice is not blind. They're doing whatever they want to do, whatever they big enough and bad enough to do. And it's all partisan politics, which is what the judicial is not supposed to be about. But all we've seen is straight up politicking out of our judiciary. And it's really sad. Everybody, throw it all. Listen, throw it all away and start again fresh as far as I'm concerned. But he was the calm that we needed. I totally agree with you there. And he's done an excellent job legislating. I agree. So let me, come on. Since I've been so mean to poor Joe, let me just back up. He got a hold of us when we were in bad trouble. He surely did. Den Darn, who's really running the country? That $64,000 question, but it ain't Joe. Here's another question. If it's between 45 and old Joe, who you voting for? I know. What kind of ballot is that? We don't even have a ballot. So come on, Go Ratty. The Senate is way too old. The Democratic congressional leadership is way too old. I agree with you. And we just keep putting them old folks' hips back up in there. They're going to be in wheelchairs in a minute. I'm telling you, it's just sad. It's just really, really sad. And when you get to talking about pork, and there's pork in this bill, there's pork in that, but there's pork in every bill. And that's the thing we have to come to terms with too, as we talk about this $31+ trillion debt that we are now in. There's pork all over the place, and everybody's feeding and financing their own personal pet projects. The people are just not even on the radar. These people are out here in these chairs and positions of authority, and they're feeding their own pet projects projects, they could care less about us as a people. And the people need to say something. The people need to say something. Come on, put your name on the ballot, King Coogee. I'll vote for you, my brother. I will definitely vote for you. Whoever is majority in house is, I got you, King Coogee. You're answering den darn there. I love you, Stacy 546. So much love, so much love. Come on, not your average guy. Come on, Kamala, stop it. I hear you. Not your average guy is my brother. Come on in here. Appreciate you coming in, and I love you. Now, at the same time, you know, I really wasn't trying to get into a discussion about politics, but these are some issues that we do need to address. We can't just bury our heads in the sand and act like it is non-existent. I'm not trying to encourage you in a partisan way, one way or the other. I want to encourage you, pay attention and listen to the stories. Some of them are true. Some of them are fabricated. Some of them are being made up to get you emotionally charged up, to get you in a state of fear, trauma, whatever they can do so you can be easily manipulated. But don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's all I got to say to you. Fact check, get the information, pay attention, do more than just listen to the stories that people are telling over the airwaves and the media. Because a lot of times, even as I showed on yesterday, media is part of the problem. And I just have to say that with all sincerity. Media is part of the problem. Just like we looked at that rendition of a story they told about the fight at Old Mississippi, and we want to say those were passionate viewers that obviously had something that happened to pop off that caused them to fight. You know, they spin the stories the way they want to tell it in whoever's favor. So just be clear on that. Don't be deceived. That's all I'm trying to say to you. Do not be deceived. So there you, KB Browns is coming in with the one person raid, y'all. Come on in here. It's my brother, KB Browns. I see you, man. I see you. Step on over to your right, to your left. Hey, hey, hey. Now walking on back, KB Browns. That's the way we do it up in here. That's my brother. And so much love to you, my brother. So much love to you. Come on in here with that one person raid. There needs to be a cutoff for serving in politics. I agree with you, not your average guy. I definitely agree with you. So as we get to, yes, I'm just, these politicians ain't loyal, just like these hoes out here. They ain't loyal, baby. They ain't loyal. And don't listen to Kanye, not even if he's putting it in a gospel song. It's been rigged. Tall Pumps. I think you missed this on yesterday, but the conversation we had about that joker. I'm sick of Kanye. That's all I can say. I'm sick of Kanye. I really am. The whole debt thing, most U.S. debt is actually owned by your pensions, retirement funds, and Social Security. I hear you go, Ratty. You better come in here and speak some truth up in here. So much love, so much love, so much love. Thank you for the truth and the information. So I'm going to wrap that up. Like I said, I really didn't want to talk about 45. So I just wanted to touch on that. Yeah. Come on, MCP 812. Y'all talking in here. Now, I want to share some things. I want to go back, and I had a couple of stories. That truck driver, my Mufasa, he is coming in, y'all, with the story views. News from viewers. He's coming in and he's putting some good stuff in the Discord channel. I want to, I don't know if I brought this one up yesterday, but this one actually, he brought us yesterday. I don't think I talked about it. I talked about some other things, but I want to share this. I like this because, you know, I've been talking, my talking point for the last couple of weeks has been they need to see us. This sister right here, author Kay Bella Rose, has been putting plus size fashionista in her Black girls writing for Black girls and girls period, but for our plus size, you know, they need to see us. I thank you for putting this in, truck driver, because at the end of the day, I just had this conversation with someone on yesterday about how body shaming is really huge and body shaming needs to be be addressed, and a lot of us need to be delivered from it. And I'm saying us because it's an area, as I've grown and as I'm maturing, I have to be very, very conscious of, because I was always extremely small and was always teased as, you know, even a dog wants some meat on the bone, and skinny mini and all of that good stuff. And at the end of the day, my clapback was often the reverse of that. But this is what we got to understand about body shaming. All of it needs to quit. All of it needs to quit. And everybody needs to love their bodies the way that they are. But again, the thing that this sister is providing is the ability for our plus size girls, for our plus size boys, brothers, to be able to have a sense of esteem about themselves. And if you never see yourself, if you never see someone that looks like you, not only from the perspective of I see brown skin, but also from the perspective of I see plus size and I still have esteem, this is an area that I'm glad that she has tackled and taken on in her authoring to make sure to be inclusive of all body forms. And so I thought this was a great thing, and I appreciate you, truck driver, and I appreciate the work that she's doing, because it is much needed. They need to see us. And so don't underestimate whatever side of the track you fall on, and not just as far as body shaming and coming into a healthy esteem that we start to have about ourselves and our appearance and our looks, because everything that God made, when he got finished, it was good. So it doesn't matter if you feel like my nose is too wide when God made it, it was good. You feel like your nose is too pointy. You feel like your forehead's too big. You feel like whatever, fill in the blank with, when God finished making it, it was good. Please be clear on that. And as you begin to embrace yourself, as you begin to embrace who you are, and not continue to perpetuate, and especially in the Black community, because listen, if we listen to all the negativity about all the things wrong with us in the Black community, but at the same time, I see you at the tanning salon, okay? At the same time, I see you getting pumped up with all kind of injections here, there, and everywhere, trying to get what I got. But at the same time, you're talking about me like I'm a dog and making fun of my features, all the while you're trying to look like me. That should tell us something, where our esteem should really, really, really come back. Come on. Who put that in there? KB Brown's Love Yourself. And that is the acronym that we've taken from King Coogee, LYFE, which is his channel motto, love yourself first every day, because we are fearfully and we are wonderfully made. So if you have something about you that people are not embracing and people are not loving, man, go out there. Come on, King Coogee, put it in there, sir. Put it in there. Love yourself first every day. We have taken that from his channel, and it has been just a common comment, a common thought that you're going to hear in the Lion's Den. Love yourself first every day. So thank you for sharing that, sir. I really appreciate that. And then truck driver, I thank you. There's another one that I want to show. Now, this story right here that came out, y'all, let me see if I'm going to see if... This story right here just really got my goat. This mother, and I don't believe I'm going to be able to enlarge it, but I just want you, stirs the soul. Come on in here. Stirs the soul. So much love to you. Mad love, mad love, mad love. So here we go. This lady right here, and what are we doing?
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Charged with second-degree murder, attempted murder, and second-degree cruelty to a juvenile, New Orleans police say 31-year-old Janae Pedesclo stabbed her own kids, killing one of them. Police were called to a home in the 3100 block of Law Street around 11 o'clock Sunday morning. When they got there, they say they were told two siblings, a 2-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl, were stabbed and taken to the hospital. The girl later died. The boy is in critical condition. Moments after allegedly stabbing her kids, a woman believed to be Pedesclo posted a short video on Instagram with blood dripping down her chest. Court records show Pedesclo and the children's father, Jermaine Roberts, were in a custody battle. Roberts even sued Pedesclo for visitation rights, claiming she was not stable or providing a healthy environment for the kids.
My children is I'm done. I'm done with life. And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. I'm done.
Now, folks. Now, yeah, Den Darn. Yes, Rebel. Yes. So this. I'm done, and it's all Jermaine's fault. And then if you notice, she said it's always Jermaine's fault. King Coogee, sick in the head. Go Ratty. This is some crazy stuff. So, this is something. Good morning, Cassandra Woke. Come on in here. So good to see you. Mad love to you. It's a mad love. So she wanted to kill the children so their father couldn't get them, Den Darn. He had sued for custody. And mental illness is real. But I also want us to understand this. Tall Pump's prayers going up for the child that has survived. She did kill, the one did die, and the other one's in critical condition. I do want to say this. I've seen elements of mental illness that, are in play, but then also King Coogee, sick in the head. But notice this, it's always Jermaine's fault. I am seeing that there's more and more and more. I'm sure the father saw it, and that's probably why he wanted them, Den Darn. He knew she wasn't. But you know what? Let's deal with this from a couple of different angles, and I'm by no means blaming the father. But I just want y'all to pay attention. Doglegs, good morning to you, my sister. Mad love to you. Come on in here, sis. Now, at the end of the day, I just want you to pay attention. Y'all out here laying down with folk, and some of these folk are just as crazy as a bed bug. Now, I know we're getting ready to go over to Rebel. And she talks about nibbles and bits. And y'all out here in your bellies, in your jellies, y'all out here trying to find nibbles and bits. But some of y'all about to be bit by them nibbles. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Some of y'all about to be bit by them nibbles, because some of them nibbles and bits are crazy. They are cray-cray. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Y'all out here laying down with Diablo and Diablesse. Y'all listen, making children with them. And these children have to try to survive after y'all done shacked up, hacked up, lacked up with all of these folk over some nibbles and bits. Because at the end of the day, y'all, and I love nibbles and bits. I do. I love it. But listen, I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Y'all laying down with psycho. You understand? Y'all, do you know who you're laying with? These jokers are crazy. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? These folk are crazy. And I don't care, some of the prettiest ones can be some of the craziest ones. Some of the most handsome, built, six-pack brothers can be some of the craziest. I'm telling y'all, number one, y'all pay attention for you lay low and spread them wide. Would you please? Pay attention before you lay it low and spread it wide. Would you just do that for me? Because these jokers are cray-cray. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? These folk are crazy. Do you hear me? All nibbles and bits ain't good, your average guy. Some of them them nibbles are rotten seed fairly all day. I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Y'all better pay attention. Because listen, some of y'all, and I'm going to have to stop right here for just a section and a moment and digress to here. Some of them, you can look them in the eyes and tell they ain't right. You can look them in them eyeballs, and those eyeballs will tell you ain't nobody home. Is anybody listening to me? Miss Robin, come on in here this morning. I'm talking, I'm preaching, I'm telling the truth, and I'm shaming the devil. You can look at some of these people in their eyes. I don't care how pretty they are. I don't care how much weave and hair they got flowing off the back of their head, which is probably glued in. I don't care how many muscles. I don't care what them thighs and them triceps and them biceps. These folk are cray. And you can look in their eyes and tell ain't nobody home. Am I talking to anybody? You can look in their eyes and tell ain't nobody home. Ooh, James, they ain't looking in the eyes. They looking at every place else, Brother Sims. They looking every place else. Miss Robin, so much love to you, my sister. Come on in the Lion's Den. I love you. You caught me on a rant. But listen, I want y'all to start paying attention. Baby, if that ain't somebody that you can stay with, live with, or even if y'all not gonna be together, but you produce some seed, if that's somebody you can't deal with and you don't want your children to deal with for the rest of their lives, I need you to wrap it up, take it away, do something different, baby. But y'all popping these babies out. Now, what did those poor children have to do with this crazy situation? They did not ask to be here. Come on, the rebel. Sometimes Sometimes the walk will tell you how crazy they are. I need y'all to pay attention. Pay attention. Please do it. Please pay attention. Because some of this is insanity, and all y'all need is fatal attraction, stalking and walking after you. Wolves in sheep's clothing, Doglex. Wolves in sheep's clothing. They out here waiting for you. And that's why, listen, when y'all run around here talking about, oh, I'm so thirsty. Listen, you gonna get a drink or something that you ain't gonna be able to turn it loose. You gonna take a sip of something that you can't turn loose. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth while you out here being thirsty. I need y'all to pay attention. I need y'all to lock it up, clank, clank. Baby, they got all kind of toys out here. Go get you a toy if you need to, because baby, play. But listen, I need y'all to stay away from cray. Y'all ain't ready for me. God, listen, at the end of the day, and somebody like, oh, spiritual thought leader, I can't believe you said that. Listen, if it's that dire straits, if it's that critical, if the situation is that critical, baby, go get you something that you can turn loose, because you gonna get some of these folk and you'll wish to God you could turn them loose. I said what I said. And for everybody that's real religious and real mad about what I just said, oh well, because listen, I'd rather see you get a toy and go to hog heaven than get these crazy folk that come after you and kill your children. I said what I said. Whew, Lord Jesus. That woman right there. And this is what I want y'all to hear, and I want y'all to really pay attention to this. She still was not taking accountability for her actions, as she did this video with herself with blood dripping off her body. With blood fairly, I said what I said, Doglex. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Doglex. I said what I'd rather you have a toy, get every toy in the store, buy the whole daggone, put Cirillas out of business, buy every toy in there and go home. Then getting these folk y'all hooking up with. My God, today. Have a drawer full of options, not your average guy. A drawer full of options. Put it between your mattress and your bed. Put it somewhere, but you got options. Like a kid at Christmas, KB Browns. Like a kid at Christmas. Buy your own gifts. Y'all ain't buying what I'm selling. But baby, yes, the toy, that's what I said. Get the toy. Because at the end of the day, this joker right here talking about it's always Jermaine's problem. She still couldn't take accountability. Now, this is what I want y'all to understand. And I'm going to say this in all seriousness because I've seen it. I just keep seeing it. So at the end of the day, these children that are not made to be accountable for these actions, these children that you let them do whatever they want to do, baby, you setting them up for insanity because that's not a real world. And when you done killed your children and then say it's Jermaine's fault, it's always Jermaine's fault. That's a telltale. I'm taking no accountability, no responsibility for this action that I just did. And I'm so selfish, narcissistic, and whatever else you want to put in there. Y'all can say mental illness, okay, but I've seen some kids that are just this selfish and narcissistic who have never, ever been made to be accountable, and that lack of accountability, in my opinion, drives them to insanity because they feel like it's everybody's fault but mine. Y'all ain't buying what I'm selling today. I'm talking about some of these kids. Y'all love them, but you won't make these jokers be accountable. Okay, let me get a drink. I got you, dog legs. Lord, please turn this water into wine. But I'm talking. You will not make these children be accountable in childhood and they grow up to be monsters. I said what I said, and I won't take it back. I'm like my Uncle Jim. I'm going to add to it before I take it back. You will not make these children be accountable, and they grow up to be monsters. I said what I said. And as I look at this sister right here talking about it's Jermaine's fault, it's always Jermaine's fault as she got blood dripping off of her clothes. Oh my God. Okay, one reason. Let me take another drink. Y'all, I must be looking. I must be in dire straits here. Let me get another drink. Everybody want me to sip. Let me sip. Let me get a sip. Please turn this water into wine. But I'm telling what God loves, and that's the truth. I'm telling what God loves. There's way too many toys out there now. If you that thirsty, you can be on the road with toys and other. And with a smile on your face, then darn, because there's plenty of toys out here. Accountability is a good thing, KB Browns. And so this is what I want. Listen, this is a toy story. Yes, it is stirs the soul, and it'll stir something else too if you get the right toy. I want y'all. It'll stir something else too, stirs the soul, if you get the right toy. I want us to teach these children accountability. Teach these children to be accountable and responsible for their own actions. So, this is something, as I listen, it's Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault as she's videoing herself and her children lay dying. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Roll Confessions, there's a good morning to you. That's my iron. There's a new dating app where you match people by the medication that they are on. Relation scripts. You know what, Royal Confessions? I need you to go back into lurk. I need you to go right on back into lurk. Woo! Girl, you came. Royal Confessions. Why? Just why? Why, sis? Good morning to you. Oh my God. Oh, Lord Jesus. is a fire. It's a fire. Yes, there's a fire and desire. There's a whole lot of passion and fire. So she really thinks she gonna get that man back by doing this. I just pray that the others get well counseling and live in a more stable environment. You know, and for the child that has survived, back to lurking, please do it. Please do it. At the end of the day, y'all, but I really feel so many things. I really do. I feel for the child that is still hanging on to life for dear life. And you just wonder, God, please wrap your arms of care and love around that child. That should that child survive. And I truly hope and pray that he will. The little girl is gone. But, you know, you just hope and pray seriously that child can grow up with some level of love and healing normalcy in their life. So, you know, I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. That's a hard one, y'all. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. I know, Fairly, we needed that laugh. We needed that laugh. Then darn, in Jesus' name, we're praying for that child and for everybody else that's involved. It was the two children, a boy and a girl. And the girl did succumb to her injuries, and the little boy is hanging on for dear life. And at the end of the day, I just had to go there, and maybe that's my own stuff coming to the surface right here this morning. I'll admit to that. But these children need accountability, and for her, as she's dripping in blood, I just that to me, no, ma'am, no, sir. As she's dripping in blood, to say it's Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. That says to me right there, she is nowhere near about ready to take any accountability for her actions, even after having attempted to kill and ultimately killing one of her kids. No, ma'am, no, sir. It's you. That's you. Bearded Baritone, come on in the room. So much mad love to you. Good to see you this morning. I love you. She was no longer there in the video. I got you, King Kuji. And I embrace the whole of the totality of mental illness, lack of mental wellness. Yes, it is good to be seen. I understand that. So much love to you. Bearded Baritone is a streamer, and if you're not following him, please give him a follow. He will baritone you right on into another place. Make sure you got toys handy. Now, at the end of the day, I just feel like, yeah, King Kuji, she was no longer there, but I still feel and where is the village in this situation? We know the dad was trying to get the kids back, but it seemed like to me there should have been some other folk in this process besides just the father, and the trauma she put on that child. Tall pumps. That's some trauma. That's some trauma. Again, if he survives, and I pray to God that he does, but if he survives to deal with the reality, my mama tried to kill me. My mama killed my sister. And then everything else that goes along with that's a lot. That's a lot. So the mental health and the mental health issues that we have need to be addressed. But come on, KB Browns, without accountability, there's going to be chaos. T Summers, come on in here, and good morning to you, sis. Good morning to you. I appreciate you. You heard what I said, then darn. If you're going to listen to Bearded Baritone, have a Toy Story ready. Now, as we, she's going to try to use spouse abuse as her diminished mental state. You're going to watch this one fairly all day. Listen, sis, yeah. It ain't her fault. That's all she knows, as she's screaming with blood dripping down. I still can't get over that. With blood dripping. And that's why, for anybody that watched the video, that's why it was all blurred out. And I'm not going to play it again, because some people are very sensitive to trauma, and I don't want to traumatize anybody. But that's why it was all blurred out, because she's bloody as she's on this video talking and blaming him. I just don't know, miss me with that. And I get it, the blame game, but at the end of the day, ma'am, you killed your baby. You did this. And why it would have been just as easy. Let the man have his children. I mean, this whole idea and mentality of if I can't have them, you can't have them either. We'll just kill them and take them out. No. I just no. That's heart wrenching. That's heart wrenching. We have always taught ours that there are consequences for every action and decision. Okay, not your average guy. Got you. So, Bearded Baritone, I'm not even going to go back and replay Toy Story. You'll have to go back and catch it on the replay. But I'm telling you, you came in at just the right time. You just pray the judge sees through that. Then, darn, I hear you talking. And I see you walking. So I appreciate that it was reported to me. Thank you, truck driver, for that story. As heart-wrenching as it is, that's a real story, and it's really going on. So it is what it is, unfortunately. This last story I'm going to roll, and this little girl is in a gang, and I want us to address, we need to really address how we're handling or not handling our babies. The next part will be some lawyer trying to defend this, and it's so sad. It really is. Why didn't they just give him custody? How was it his fault? She should have loved her kids more than revenge, Kai Chick. You know, that's why. That's where I started on the whole kick. Pay attention who you laying down with. Pay attention, because some of these jokers, And this is what I say, and I'm gonna say this: if you pay attention at the beginning, do you know who you're laying down with? Do you know who you're making choices with? Now, you got 2 kids, so this wasn't okay, I got the accident on the first time, but the second time around, baby, you got 2 kids by the same individual. You know, this wasn't I woke up one morning, we did it once, and then here came a baby. You know, y'all having refreshment on a regular basis here. You know, y'all getting refreshments and desserts on a regular basis. But y'all getting refreshment and desserts. But do you know who cooked it? Who's in the kitchen? Who's in the kitchen cooking? I need you to know who's in the kitchen cooking before you just start gobbling up the cookies. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. You need to know who's in the kitchen cooking before you start gobbling up the cookies. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, you know, y'all done swallowed some stuff and now you wish you could get rid of it. So, you know, I just want folks to pay attention, because I'm sure she had some signs of imbalance before this scenario. I'm so sure that she had some signs and symptoms of being imbalanced long before it got to this. But y'all get so hot in the draws, y'all laying down and standing up and bending over and tipping and everything else. And you don't know, my God, today, what you tipping for, you know? So I just, that's all I can say about that. And a lot of our young people, I feel like, need to hear this, because at the end of the day, everybody is not a parent, King Coogee. Everybody is not a parent. So, you know, we got this idea of the freedom and the liberation of my sexuality. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not trying to fight against that. I'm not trying to rail against that. But I do need people to start paying attention. And that even goes for LGBTQ. Don't think I'm just talking to a bisexual situation where children can be produced. Some of the individuals in the LGBTQ community, y'all tipping and dipping with folk that they leaving you with packages and everything else. And whether that package is a physical package of disease that you can't get rid of, whether it's an emotional, mental, psychosocial package that they're leaving you with, y'all getting out here and just frivolously lipping and dipping with everybody and tipping. And at the end of the day, you get tipped over. You understand the words that I'm saying? You get tipped over. And I just want folks to pay attention. And I say that from a place of love, not a place of judgment. Pay attention, and please know who you're laying with. Would you please do that for me, please? Know who you're laying with. Michelle, they know from dealing with these young ladies, they drive right past those roadblocks just to say they got a man. you know, and you're so true. And I've seen it on many cases, on many scores. So you're not lying. Know your ingredients and the cook before you indulge. And you said a whole bunch there, Cassandra Woke, because there's some nasty disease folk out there that know they got disease and ain't telling nobody. And that's a true word. They know they diseased. They know the ingredients got issues while they cooking, and they don't care and won't tell you and will leave you with the package and keep on going. All that they uncooked up, they'll leave you holding the bag knowing full well those ingredients were infected when they got you. So, you know, I just want y'all to understand. And let's keep it real up in here. Everyone deserves a defense. I hear you fairly all day. We don't want to take that right away, be it right or wrong. I got you. And said well from somebody in the legal field. Said from someone in the legal field. I fully understand where you're coming from fairly all day. And I know you said that in love too. I got you. Hey, I'm talking about it. It's a mess out there, T. Summers, because these are areas that our young people need to be aware of because it's real out there in those streets. Ain't no need in trying to hide it no more. It's real out there in these streets, which I want to use that as a segue if I can. Come on. Very true, fam. My only problem is when the evidence is clear and they still are trying to defend the indefensible. I hear you on that too, fairly. I hear you on that too. This one right here, I want us to understand that this young lady is this interview that took place the other day. It's heart-wrenching to me. So Dr. Dady, they judge books by the cover, which she should be the opposite. Come on in here with those gems and jewels. Y'all talking in here real strong. Y'all talking in here real good. And that's why I like Yes You O Cubed, because y'all got things to say and it's good stuff. It's real stuff. It's the right stuff. And keep on talking. The time for judging books by cover, honey, those days are over. Because when you get inside them chapters, when you get deep into that chapter and see what's in that book, baby, I'm trying to tell you, this little baby right here has my heart. This is a reality, and I may let this play twice because I think it's already started a little bit and I can't back it up. This young lady, come through one reason, had all the warning signs and decided to have a child with someone just, she could have a family, come through. There's a lot of that going on. I remember a 12-year-old that I do know and have association with, who was out there trying to get pregnant and did get pregnant at 12. And she happily said, I just wanted somebody to love me. That's what she said. I just wanted somebody to love me. 12 years old, and now you got a baby. That's real talk. Y'all. Now, this young lady right here, let's listen to what she's got going on in her world.
I'm gonna live to, everybody has to die.
How old do you see yourself living to?
I don't know, whenever my time comes.
What do you think that time is? I'm not hearing you value your own life. Are you in a gang? I already know the answer is yes. And how were you initiated? Were you jumped in? And was that a fun moment for you, to be jumped in by dudes into a gang?
I mean, it's not like fun moment. What you mean by that?
I can't imagine someone saying to me to join their club or they to hang out with them, they got to beat me up. I just would be like... So I'm saying something in your mind must have thought like this is okay. So I wanted to ask you point blank, was that a fun moment for you?
I mean, I guess it wasn't a bad moment.
It wasn't bad.
No.
Okay. Do you know right from wrong?
Yes.
You do? Do you think guns is right or wrong?
Right in some cases.
Do you want to live a long life?
I'm gonna live to, everybody has to die.
How old do you see yourself living to?
I don't know, whenever my time comes.
What do you think that time is? I'm not hearing you value your own life. Are you in a gang? I already know the answer is yes. And how were you initiated? Were you jumped in? And was that a fun moment for you, to be jumped in by dudes into a gang?
I mean, it's not like fun moment. What you mean by that?
I can't imagine someone saying to me to join their club or they to hang out with them, they got to beat me up. I just would be like... So So I'm saying something in your mind must have felt like this is okay. So I wanted to ask you point blank, was that a fun moment for you?
I mean, I guess it wasn't a bad moment.
It wasn't bad.
No.
Okay. Do you know right from wrong?
Yes.
You do? Do you think guns is right or wrong?
Right in some cases.
Do you want to live a
Now, please believe this is not isolated, y'all. So for everybody that may be out of the reality of what the world is like out here, that's some real talk, and that's real stuff that's going on out here with our kids. This beautiful young queen, just to be inducted into the gang, is talking through the point of her being jumped in by her male counterparts of the gang that she's being initiated into, and not having any sense of, I want to live to any length of age. Longevity is not, everybody gonna die, everybody's gonna die. And that whole, y'all, T. Summers, yeah. Din darn, tall pumps. It sounded like she was about to say it's normal. She's already got those answers at a young age, King Coogee. I hear you. And at the end of the day, I just want us to be very aware of the environments that our young kings and queens are coming up in, trying to find a place where they fit. They want to fit somewhere. They want to feel a sense of belonging. And this is where I want us, and even the discussion that we just had, about why people are laying down with folks and trying to make families and trying to have relationships and trying to have somebody. This is just more of the same. This is just an extension of that, which is why I keep saying they need to see us. They need to see us. They need to see that there's something else. I see you, King Coogee. It's a village problem, and she's a product of her environment. And who's the village? We are. So at the end of the day, I just have to realize that we are the village. So I can't pass that buck anywhere. This idea of mortality that these young folks are living with and normalizing, that I'm going to die, everybody's going to die. How old do you see yourself to live into? She couldn't even answer because she doesn't have a vision that she can live to be any significant age. That says something, and that speaks volumes. So, this whole idea that this young princess, at the young tender age that she is, 12 years old, man, and you already do not have a perspective that you're going to live. And again, yeah, do you know right from wrong? Yes, I do. Immediate response. Yes, she does know right from wrong, but it was worth it to her to endure the beat down and the kick in, just to be able to say that she now has a family that she belongs to out here in the streets. Man, this is some of why I'm saying they need to see us. And again, this is normalized within many of our young people. This is very normalized within some of the lives of our young people, that we really need to stop and pay attention. And just because it may not be at your front door, just because it may not be your child, that child is my child. And thank you again, truck driver, for sending that to me. When I watched that video, my heart says she needs us. She needs someplace like the Lion's Den. She needs the love. She needs the care. She needs the concern. She needs what she's trying to find in this group that jumped her in. You take the beat down from all these men just so you can be in this. Yeah. That my sister, that my queen, that mentality that you're willing to be jumped down and beat down like that just to get in these guys' club. No, ma'am. So she has felt a bullet of some sort to her existence already. Like she was about to say, it's normal. I got you on that tall pumps. And for her, it's been normalized. For her, it has been normalized. And again, I'm going to say this because some of you guys in the Lion's Den, I want you to wake up and smell the coffee, because while we see that happening, quote unquote, out there, it may be closer to you than you think. But my point is not just, I only care when it's me, myself, I, and mine. No, I should care just as much about this young lady and observing that as anybody else, because that's my sister right there. That's my little sister right there. And to sit down and watch this nonchalant attitude that she has about her own mortality, to see this nonchalant attitude that she has about taking this jump in that she had to do for initiation with these men. No. I refuse to accept that as normalizing something in our lives and say their village. No, our village has work to do. If that breakdown is like that, we got work to do, and it's our problem. It's just a day by day thing, Dendarn. Whatever happens that day happens, and it's all negative. The narrative should be and has got to be switched, Dendarn. I'm with you on that. Yes. Hubby and I have mentored dozens of young people over the years, as we have encouraged our sons to seek mentoring from others in the village. Come through with that, T. Summers. I love it. And we've got to see ourselves as an extension and a part of the village. It can't be their village, the village, my village. Take ownership of this village, my village. We're dropping the ball with some of these young people. These babies need us. While people are saying, oh, I don't know what to do and there's nothing to do and da-da-da-da-da. These babies need us. Please believe it. These babies need us. I want us to get a sense of feeling our work is not done. And it's not just, listen, I raised mine. Well, listen, be there for somebody else's, because somebody else's needs some help. Somebody else's needs some love. I watched that and I was like, Lord God, today, if I could just get my arms around that child, if I could get my hands on that child, if I could find that child and get that child, listen, it would be on. I cannot allow this whole attitude in our community that's them and that's what they were raised under. Lord, help the children. No, you help the children. Ask the Lord to help you to help the children. It's everyone's problem, T. Summers. It's everyone's problem. It affects us whether we acknowledge it or not. Michelle, it's so sad, crazy what the lack of a community looks like. And that's what it is, Michelle, lack of community. And anytime and I'm looking at that little girl, I'm like, girl, 12 years old, and you gonna let these boys jump you in and beat you down like a dog just so you can, no ma'am. And our babies are having babies. All of that's happening. So at the end of the day, that's why your door is always open and having someone else's child. And that Michelle Brownell, I can speak, I'm telling you from my own personal knowledge of this child. That's why I love Michelle so much. This is really who she is. And when she said her door is always open, her door is open to everyone. I have seen her bless people's lives, bring them into her home, give them opportunity, give them a chance. And Michelle, please know that these lives that you have touched will forever be changed. And I'm so grateful that, listen, I'm going to give you some applause. God's blessing on your life, Michelle, because I've seen you do it. It's just who you are, and lives that'll be forever transformed because you touched them. And I want to see the community. I want us to see more of that. You understand what I'm saying? While we're out trying to do this and that and the other to get to come up for ourselves and get to come up for mine, the village is out here dying. The village is out here dying. We've got to pay attention to that, and we've got to give it some energy. We can't just look at it and say, oh, that's so bad. And listen, y'all miss me with that. I'm praying, baby, get up off your knees and do something. And I don't have any problem with the prayers, but I need you to get up off your knees and do something. You got football knees by now. You've been down there so long. I need you to get up off them football knees and do something. These babies need help. Keep on praying, but get up off them knees and help somebody. That's an easy way out. I'm praying. Yeah, okay, you praying, but at the end of the day, what are you doing? That's what I need your prayers to get active. So we need more Michelles. We need more people that are willing to go out there and really, really make a difference with these young people. One issue is while some say they're part of the village, they're also choosy about who they reach back to help. You, Dr. Dady Priest, you better say something and you better preach right there. Come on. One issue, y'all hear what Dr. Dady is saying? One issue is while some say they're part of the village, they're also choosy about who they reach back and help. The hardest cases go unserved, and I'm going to give you an applause for that word. The reach back, one reason, the reach back. And that's why I said, I'm here to wake up the lions. I'm not here. The Lord keeps me very focused as to why I'm out here in these Twitch streets. I'm not out here for maybe the same reason that everybody else is out here. And that's okay. And I love embracing everybody. And I do. But I'm in here for the reach back. I'm in here for the waking up of the lions, one reason. I'm in here and I love your heart for the community and what you do and what you have done. And that's why I love you so much. We can't be choosy about who we reach back and get. Everybody needs to be reached. Everybody up in here. Everybody up in here needs to be reached. And when we become like Jif, we become choosy about our, listen, get your peanut butter. I don't care if it's Jif. I don't care if it's Skippy. I don't care. Because listen, that's what happens to the hardest cases. They stop being choosy Jif and they ended up being Skippy. You understand? They end up being Skippy. Everybody's Skippy over them. No, they need somebody. And this is where I'm here to wake up the community. And all of this, as far as this one deserves it, but that one doesn't deserve it. I'm here to wake up the lions. And they need consistency. Come on and keep talking, Dr. Dady. You can't do it 1 minute and then drop them like a hot potato, because that abandonment is it's a powerful thing. It's real. It's real. Y'all talking up in here. You've seen this real time over the past 22 years. Come on here, Dr. Dady Priest. And I appreciate you talking from your place of experience, even from the school system. So, we're awakening. Come on, Grace Softly. We're reaching back. We got to reach back. We have got to reach back. That's all I can say. We've got to reach back. And so, at the end of the day, I'm going to show this and we're going to get ready to get out of here because I'm going to come back and we're going to continue to talk on this trend. This story right here is just making me mad, and we're getting ready to go because I want to be on time for Rebel. But here we go. These young men, and I'm on the black young men that agreed to this. I don't care about the white guys that made the auction, but I want y'all to check out the black guys on the team that obviously agreed to stand up here like slaves. Y'all explain it to me, Lucy. And beloved, I'm not even going to talk on that. With that, we're going to close because they need to see us. They need to see us. So if you didn't know it, and we're going to come back and keep talking on this trend. If you didn't understand, we got some young people that need to see us, and they need to see us in a real way. How those babies even stood for that, I'll never know. T. Summers, listen, then darn. And yes, that's ignorance, Michelle. But this is what's happening out there in those streets, even as we speak. And you wonder why I keep screaming and hollering, they need to see us, because that kind of insanity is going on right now, today. Well, I feel for my brother and I feel for my sister. I really feel for these children that are out here suffering and confused in these here streets. Now, listen, this has been another day's edition of Yes You O Cube. Y'all know how we do it in here. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black. And listen, I'm called to wake up the lions because we've got work to do, cheering. We've got to roll up our sleeves. We've got to put down our differences. We've got to wake up the lions, and we've got to get busy. Because these children need to see us. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? These children need to see us. Now, we'll be back tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. I want you to come back and join me. We're getting ready to go. Follow me over. We're going over to the Rebels house where we're going to get some anti-morning bangos and the cracks. So please follow us over there. Copy that raid message and ride us over. You can follow me out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, and more. I'm out there, y'all. And at the end of the day, this is our mantra, because we're about the love, y'all. We are about the love. Woman Unsilenced, come on in here. Good morning to you. So much mad love to you. She is a streamer. If you're not following Woman Unsilenced, please follow her. I will be in her stream later this month. I'll get you the details as we go. But I love you, my sis. I love you. Our mantra here, because listen, I intend to make some change for these babies. Our mantra in here, we don't have a spirit of fear. We don't have a spirit of intimidation. We've got power. We've got love. We've got a sound mind. And listen, I am all powerful in love. Baby, if you're dealing in love, if you're coming from love, if you're operating in love, you all are all powerful. And I want you to understand these babies that we watched, and I want us to pray for the young baby that survived. Pray for, we understand that the little girl that lost her life, everybody that's grieving her loss, but for the young man that survived, we want to pray for him and pray that there will be a change in his life. Pray that there will be a covering over him, that this trauma will not send him in a tailspin that he can never recover from. God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ask or think for that little boy that survived. And for every other youth that we saw here that's confused, we want to be the change. Do you understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, this village is us, you, me, we all, because we've all got to get in here and do this thing together. You understand what I'm saying? Now listen, I want to appreciate that this isn't the den of iniquity. This is the den of activity, and the lion support in here is always tremendous. So I want to appreciate my moderators, Michelle Browno, the Rebel Inc., Shelly Thunder. There's nobody like my blessed Trinity. I love y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. For those resubs, John Studios, I love you, my brother. I appreciate you. And listen, we had that one-man raid from KB Brown's, my brother. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you. Now listen, copy the raid message and ride with us over to Rebel's house, because we gonna have some fun over there. You know what I always say, do what you love and love what you do. Peace for your journey.